You laugh.
Hey guys, this is Eric OBXPicker. We're out here again with another episode of Whatcha Pickin. Today we're out with Rummage for Riches. As you see right here, he's does storage auction, picks up storage treasure. This is Nate here with Rummage for Riches. So thank you guys for joining. We're going to be talking with him and learn about what he's picking. Hey guys, so once again, we're out here with an episode of Whatcha Pickin. We are live at the 127 right now. So we're out here with Nate and we want to find out what he's picking. So Nate, what you got going on?
I buy storage units. I've been buying them since 2007. So you know, in a storage unit or an estate sale or an estate where you go in and buy everything, you get everything. You get awesome. The person's entire life. So you look around my sales and everything, and you got just about anything you could imagine. And that's what I like picking now. I do take the good stuff and I put that on eBay. You know, anything I can ship out, I'll ship out. Anything else you see right here just goes into sales.
So let me ask you this: Do you do a little bit of traveling around, or you have specific places you're setting up? Do you have a flea market? Like, what's the process for that?
I moved out here last year.
Okay.
And one of the things I was looking forward to is all the highway sales that you guys have out here. We don't have that back on the West Coast, so I was looking forward to it. So I've already set up the Highway 70 sale. This is the Highway 127, and there's many more out there. And also flea markets, so I'll be setting up at the flea markets as well.
Okay.
And I do a little bit at my house too. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
This is my first year setting up, so.
Hot.
All right.
I know.
No, I consider myself lucky.
All right, thank you.
So, thank you.
So Nate, we are out here at your booth, and we're kind of looking around, and obviously you have some things that are little better than others, you know, obviously. So here, what are we looking at here? These are some things that you put out a storage unit, or?
Pretty much. I call it antique shop up front, yard sale in the back. So this is stuff that I haven't really had before. Old railroad lanterns.
Yeah.
Some of these are better than the others.
Right.
This is probably the best.
Cool.
This is probably the best one, the oldest one.
Oh, nice.
And it probably sells for about 100 to 150 online. So
okay.
I got a mark 75. I don't like to price things
eBay
prices here. So
yeah, give people a little bargain. They come back for more, right?
yeah. So this was probably the best box that came out of that storage unit.
Okay.
It was a collection of railroad lanterns.
Yeah. So if you're into railroad stuff, I mean, obviously you guys that are out there watching, you probably know that, hey man, that's a pretty good find. Like if I saw a box of them somewhere, that's something I would pick up. Now, let me ask you, in doing the storage units, is there things that you look at in there that when you see it, they're like, oh yeah, that's gold. Like that's the stuff I like. Is there something in particular you're into, or are you like me, kind of an all-around guy?
I'm an all-around guy. Sometimes I don't like to see what's in a storage unit.
Right.
I want to see boxes or storage containers.
Yeah.
That's money people have spent to put their stuff away to keep it safe. If it's stuff that's loose and you can see it, the prices are going to go up higher. Recently, 2 weeks ago, 3 units, all Funko Pops, video games. What was it? Star Trek collections, Marvel, all the way through. 2 10x20s and a 10x15. And we were bidding on them, and they were going to about 5,000 and shooting up the last 20 minutes. And the guy came and paid up on them.
Oh man.
Which is good. You know, I don't like to see people lose their stuff, but if chance that they do. And it was just vinyl records stacked up, just front to back, full, about this high up. That's what I want to see, but that's what everyone else wants to see too. And especially doing online auctions, you're going to pay 30-40% higher for them.
So you don't want to really see anything up front. You just want to see a full unit with good boxes. But then once you start to dig in those boxes, let's talk a little bit about, like, what are some things you found that you're like, oh yeah, that's the one. Like, have you found some grails? Have you found some big stuff?
We've had Magic the Gathering cards from 93, 94 when they first started out. It was a psychologist. He went through college around that time. So the cards were in really good condition. He had his player decks, and then he had a big binder like this. And that binder produced about $4,000 in profit. So it just depends on what you get. Now that unit, looked like it was trashed. You know, it looked like it had been gone through. There was empty boxes, audio boxes from the 70s and 80s. And I was like, fine, baby, we'll bid on that, but we're bidding as if those boxes were empty, you know? and we won it for 300 bucks. And she went over there with the pickup truck to clean it out, and she starts throwing the boxes out like, these are empty. It's stupid. I said, remember, we paid knowing or thinking that those would be empty, but underneath was BattleTech, all the old, role-playing, robot type stuff.
Oh wow!
New sealed package, $400. It was 4 blueprints of the BattleTech guys.
Oh man!
New sealed, sold for 400 bucks on eBay.
That's
that
crazy.
binder, Magic the Gathering. Like I said, I got about 4,000 bucks out of that binder.
Wow!
And I still have 900 and something cards left, which are all commons. But even the commons at that age sell for $2 to $10 a piece.
Okay.
So
yeah,
I like seeing that stuff. I don't come across, at least not yet, the things that I like. Toys from the 80s, right?
Okay.
The Stompers, the Muscle Men, Garbage Pail Kids, things like that,
Yeah.
I haven't found that stuff yet. I don't really get much tools, and tools sell well.
Right.
So it just depends. But this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love coming across these things because I don't know much about them.
Yeah.
And that's the time period that I learned things.
Well, that's one of the things too. We kind of talk about picking is you do find stuff that actually helps you get educated because like you're forced to, right?
It does.
So if you find something and you're like, okay, well, I know for myself, like my process is, okay, if I find a railroad lantern, I'm going to type in railroad lantern and just see what pops up. So then I get a good idea. So I'm assuming probably similar process for you, like you learn as you go by picking up things.
It's basically the same thing. And then it's just muscle memory. You know, once you've looked this stuff up, now it's something to add to your little bolo list or whatever.
Right.
When you're out there, yard sales or estate sales especially is probably where you're going to find most of this type of stuff.
Okay.
And it's in your mind,
That's it.
Now you're like, hey, I had one of these. I can get probably at least $50 for this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so buying estates and buying storage units, it's a continuous education.
Oh yeah.
You're jack of all trades, master of none. So there's a ton of stuff I don't know about, but I know a little bit enough, on certain things. So when I go out picking, I pick from a whole different, all types of different sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Whether it's now lanterns to video game, everyone does video games, just whatever, books, CDs, especially CDs, because I got that big media buy.
Yeah.
And some of those CDs are sold for 100, 200 bucks.
That's awesome.
So now look out for CDs, scan them, even used ones.
Okay. Let's get that. I don't know, can you get in closer or whatever?
I will when you start
We
talking.
do it. Hey, so we're out here and we're talking with Nate about some of the better finds he has, even out here for sale at the 127. Now, I know a little bit about cast iron. I don't know a lot, but man, looking at these things, Nate, can you expand on that? Like where you got it from, what we working with here?
Yeah, these came out of one of the 60-year estates that we cleaned out. Well, the one that we've cleaned out. And these are fireplace ingots, I think they're called, something like that. And these are the elephants, and they weigh probably about 35, 40 pounds. They're heavy, and they're really cool. So this is the kind of stuff I like. This kind of stuff I do price up, just because it's cool. I don't like lugging it around, but it's cool to show.
Yeah, the stove here.
And this, I think it's somewhere around early 1900s. It's a coal stove, and it's been a good piece for people to look at. A lot of them
Kind of draws them in over here.
Yeah,
to
they
your
walk
spot.
by, they admire it, and that's kind of why it's up front. But a lot of them say it's in probably the best condition they've ever seen. This came out of the last storage unit that we bought. A lot of the antique stuff that you see down through here, or the older stuff that you see down through here in the trailer, came out of that last storage unit that we bought.
So let me ask you, Nate. There's things that you. Sorry, go ahead and cut it. So obviously we are hanging here talking about Whatcha Pickin, and we're finding out what Nate picks. So Nate, is there some things that you found that you're like, hey, that's coming home with me? What's your coming home with me stuff?
I try not to hoard things. The problem I have is when I find something cool out there in the wild, and I bring it home and I want to keep it, and then I look it up on eBay and see what it sells for.
Yeah.
And then I just can't justify keeping it.
Right.
Recently, it was a Sony PX6 turntable.
Ooh.
From Japan that was heavy.
Yeah.
I don't know,
I mess with those electronics.
cast iron type base. It weighs like 40 pounds.
Solid state.
Paid 20 bucks for it. Played a couple records on it. Looked it up on eBay, and I was like, shoot. So I sold it for $200, I think it was, which
Yeah.
was still a good price, you know.
I'm one of those, like, I tend to, if it's something I like, I just price it higher to where if it goes, I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm
Yeah,
good.
I did that too. I did it with the old Buddy Lee truck, and I put it on my shelf in my office. My wife's like, "You're gonna sell that, right?" I said, "Yeah, baby, it's listed for $120, you know, and they go for $85, but it's listed." I did my part, right?
That's justification. That's what I work with.
Justification. And you know what? It sold 2 months later, and
That's
I
awesome.
said, "Well, I didn't mark it high enough, right?"
Yeah.
I do collect. I like military knives.
Yeah.
I've kept a few knives out of a military estate that I bought out, and
that's
it was
cool.
actually his. What do they call it? I forget what they call it. The knife that they usually carry around.
Okay.
Vietnam era.
Yeah.
I wish I knew. But anyways, I kept that, and I kept his dad's World War II machete,
Okay.
and just things like that, you know. And I have to hide them,
Yeah.
so my wife doesn't see that they're still around. So I hide
There you
them
go.
in the shop, and
Well, let me ask you this then. You know, I have, my wife is kind of the same, but there's things that I pick sometimes that never make it anywhere because she pulls it out of the pile. Does your wife do something similar to that?
she's pretty good at not doing that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's some things that we'll keep from the estates
yeah,
or from
yeah.
storage units, but we'll tend to swap them out. you
Yeah,
know.
there you go.
Something better for.
That's what
for
we're
something that we've had.
constantly on the redecorating mode because
Yeah.
we'll find something cool,
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
put it in the house, but it's for sale. So then we'll find something else and replace, like that kind of thing. So
Right.
that's how we.
It's just like buying something in bulk. You know,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
buy a bulk of items or whatever, and you keep your one or two things
Yeah.
that you want for your collection. Then you sell the rest, and it pays for everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Good.
You're good.
All right, guys. So we do appreciate you watching Whatcha Pickin. Nate here does have a YouTube channel, and it is Rummage for Riches, as you see here. So I encourage you, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and see what he's picking in the wild, see what he's picking at these estate sales. But Nate, let me ask you, if you could give our viewers one final tip about picking, whatever that may be, so maybe something that's helped you along the way, or maybe something that may help some beginners along the way, what would you say to them?
Man, I always say just look at everything. Be interested in everything, because you never know that one item that you just kind of catches your eye, and you look it up, and it's your next gold mine, you know. And I like watching the other channels, not only for entertainment, but you do pick up a lot of different things from other people. So
Sure.
that's my advice. So check it out.
Well, man, we do appreciate you so much for joining us here on Whatcha Pickin', and obviously we thank all the viewers that have tuned in. I encourage you guys to tune in next time so we find out what we're picking. Watch Nate, learn what he's picking, and I hope you guys have great picks out there yourself, and good luck out there. Y'all have a great one.
Thank you, guys.